Do you never get this lucky where you do a video and it's all gold and then the last segment that you shows ends up being this good? She's the biggest hypocrite ever, okay? This is a person who we just showed you targeted Elon, okay? Openly targeted Elon to get him to get her pregnant so that she could have $1 million baby and he would give her money forever. That's obviously what she did. She knew he was never going to marry her. She knew he was never going to have a family with her. And then you go back to September of 2023, not that long ago, and then this is what she's on Fox News talking about.
Is this a trend among young women to celebrate not having a family?
It is. It's the Chelsea Handler culture of it all, where they just want to pursue pleasure and drinking all night, going to Beyonce concerts. It's this pursuit of self-pleasure in replace of fulfillment and having a family. And we see this often now. And this poor woman who was blasted online.
Oh my God, there's no way, dude. That's just too good. I have the best job in the world. So this baby mama drama that I can't believe I just said that, dude. The baby mama drama that Elon Musk is facing just kicked up quite a bit because if you guys haven't been paying attention, he's got this new baby's mom who blew him up on X. And she's like, just so everyone knows, I have given birth to Elon Musk's baby and I expect lots and lots of money and attention. And that came from the girl on the right, whatever, I don't know, right, left, the one that's in the black dress, okay? And the one on the other side, that's Grimes. That's one of his other long-term baby's moms. And now she blew him up also on social media. Now, what's funny about this story is I want to show you videos of these two women on YouTube, like them doing interviews and them talking, because it's like, I can't, the thought exercise is I want you to visualize a conversation between Elon and these two girls because they're like, kind of not really similar at all. They actually couldn't be further apart in terms of personality. So anyway, but Grimes is blowing him up for money now too, which is crazy. You know, they're like, it's apparently Elon's like, look, dude, I put you on an allowance. Like I put a baby in you. I put you on an allowance. Don't come talk to me about money, dude. You know, don't come talk to me about money. I mean, it's not like he's marrying these girls, you know, it's not like he's marrying them. And, but Grimes is going straight for the jugular with, you know, we've got a medical condition with our baby. I'm not like making fun of the kid that potentially has a medical condition, but, you know, I'm making fun of them going after him on his own platform. You know what I mean? Like they're on X. He owns the platform. They're all, just so everyone knows, my baby's dad owns this place and, he needs to call me so he can give me some money. But we're going to look at a couple interviews of theirs. This is Ashley St. Clair. Okay. So this is the newest one. And, in case you can't tell by this like picture of her, she has, I would say a serious anxiety problem. And then this one is Grimes and she has never felt what anxiety feels like ever. Okay. Like you could put her in a sinking submarine trapped in a room where she, like any logical person knows they are definitely going to drown. They are definitely going to be trapped and they've got like 20 minutes to live. And she'd be like, I wonder how many bubbles there are in the ocean. I wonder if I count it maybe like just the Indian Ocean. Like, I wonder how many bubbles there are in the Indian Ocean. That's what would be going on in her mind while she's drowning in a submarine, dude. So that is what we're going to talk about. So settle in and let's do this. And by the way, if you are a new viewer of my channel or if you just have not subscribed, it would be incredibly helpful to the channel if you would subscribe to the channel and like the video. That's all I ask. If you watch my content, all I ask is that you click subscribe. Take you 1 second. I would do it for you, I promise, and it's very helpful to the channel. Now, Grimes is for sure the funnier of the two because Grimes is like legit funny and she's not like being intentionally funny. It's just, again, Grimes oversharing in interviews compilation has 4.2 million views. Okay. So we're going to go through this. You imagine her talking to Elon, and then I'm going to show you the, what she put on social media about Elon not giving her money for a medical condition. Okay. This is one of his baby's moms. And then we're going to look at the other one who is much more calculated and devious. Like I said, they're complete opposites of each other. Like I bet she didn't even know she was pregnant until she was like 6 months pregnant. She's like, oh, something's going on here. And we're like, Ashley St. Clair was like, hey, someone give me Elon's number. Someone give me his number because I definitely want to track him down and have him put $1 billion baby in me. All right, let's go. This is Grimes.
Eat fruit, but I am supposed to eat it right now. I basically hate everything besides carbs and fat. Like, I actually dislike vegetables pointedly, but they're important to eat. It's just like vile. It's like broccoli. Like what the f***? It's like actually disgusting. I don't know how anyone eats it.
There aren't many grime songs that are based around acoustic guitar, right?
No, I weirdly like acoustic guitar. I just can't. I can't be that basic, like from an ego perspective. Well, sorry. Oh, it's nice and mushy now.
Ivy is 4, and which is like, I don't know, sort of like the demon. This is so embarrassing. Leader of the album. Ugh, God, I can't say it out loud. And I mean, okay, I guess like I was like, oh, if I was writing a manga, what would it be like? I never decide until like 10 minutes before I'm getting a tattoo what it's gonna be.
What about this? So what is that one about?
We were in New Zealand playing a show, and this guy was like, I'll give you a free tattoo if I can come to your show. So I was like, sure.
I grew up with this dog named Ginger.
Like,
she was actually...
I don't think it's impossible that the way that she ended up with Elon is like the same way, where she's like think about that. She's like, the guy's all, hey, I'll give you a free tattoo if I can come to your show. She's like, okay. It's like Elon's like, hey, I'll put a baby in you or whatever. She's like, all right. Like, I'm telling you, dude, when you look at this girl and then Ashley St. Clair, they're the exact opposite. I'm going to keep on saying this because I think it's so funny. Like, this one has no idea what she's doing like 6 minutes from now.
a pug, but like we had a really, really intense bond. I'm actually gonna get her name tattooed on me soon, but she died a really horrific death, but she, you know.
How did she die?
She died of like like an anal infection. It was really like sad. She was like shitting everywhere and like convulsing. I like want to cry when I think about it, but
how did Elon end up with this girl? Like, him and her were like together for a while. I'm being totally serious. I wonder if Elon was like, man, I am constantly having to use my brain. I need a place to shut it down, man. You know, like the way that I watch TV, because I'm thinking all the time, and then I'm like, okay, I could just focus on this movie and just shut it down, man. Just shut it down. He's like, I'll just be with Grimes, and I could just like shut it down, man. And she's like, la la la. He's like, oh, that's great idea, Grimes. She's like, and then, you know, blah. She's like making a peanut butter and honey sandwich, and then putting, you know, like I bet you she makes the weirdest food, dude. Oh my goodness, man.
Friend's cat, Voynimir is on a few of the sons. And the cat like wouldn't stop, like just meowing. Like I was just like, God damn it! Like, and you can hear the bus going by too. There was like this like broken part of the road, and every time the bus would go over, it'd be like. So there's just all these buses deep in this album, yeah.
What is your, like, is it weird doing this, like, right now, like, talking to me?
Oh, yeah, I'm, like, shaking and sweating profusely. Although I trust you.
yeah, sometimes I have a band these days. Although we're in a fight right now, so they're not playing with me.
Why are you fighting?
Oh, it's a long story. It's a, you know, failed romance.
Dude, how old is she? Like, hold on, how old is Grimes? No, she's not. No, she's not. She's 36. That is impossible. That is why does Grimes call herself Grimes? I gotta know this. Let's see. So, according to the timestamp on her original MySpace, she began writing music under the name Grimes in 2007. Her performer name was chosen because at the time, MySpace allowed artists to list 3 musical genres. She listed grime for all 3 without knowing what grime music was. Hey, does Grimes have a disability? What is this? Grimes learned she is autistic and okay, there you go. Okay, she learned she's autistic and revealed how she realized she might that might be the case. Elon Musk has been open about the fact that he has Asperger's syndrome, which falls under the umbrella of autism spectrum disorder. Okay, so they understand each other then, right? They understand each other. All right, so now let's look over at what she did, though, okay? So check this out, all right? Sorry, that's the wrong one. We'll look at that one after. So this is what she did this week, okay? She put up on social media that Canadian singer and songwriter Grimes recently pleaded to her former boyfriend Elon Musk to give her a response and also accused him of not caring about their child's medical conditions on X. This came just a few days after Ashley St. Clair claimed on X that she had a baby with the world's richest man. What did she post on X? In a now deleted X post, Grimes urged Elon that there was a matter that needed his immediate attention. And she said, please respond about our child's medical crisis, she wrote in another X post. I'm sorry to do this publicly, but it is no longer acceptable to ignore the situation. This requires immediate attention. So, I mean, again, and then she continued, if you don't want to talk to me, can you please designate or hire someone who can so that we can move forward on solving this? This is urgent, Elon. And then in a later post, while responding to an X user, Musk Baby's mama wrote, I'm not giving any details, but he won't respond to texts, calls, or emails, and has skipped every meeting, and our child will suffer lifelong impairment if he doesn't respond ASAP. So I need him to fucking respond, and if I have to apply public pressure, then I guess that's where it's at. I mean, look, dude, I can't throw a rock at her about that, dude. I mean, honestly, I can't. You know, something tells me her music career is not bringing in as much money as she needs, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you would think, I mean, I'm just going to throw this out. You would think that they would have health insurance covered, right? I mean, or maybe Elon just gives them flat money, right? And then she is Grimes and was not able to figure out that you need to buy health insurance for your kid. I don't know, right? But again, this brings us right into the Ashley St. Clair story. Okay, so without like pulling up all of this stuff, for the record, Ashley St. Clair, who is this girl, okay, this one, who got all dolled up to do a glamour shoot about being Elon Musk's baby's mom, okay, and we're gonna look at an interview of her, and you're gonna be like, oh wow. That is the opposite of Grimes, although she might have some kind of disorder as well. Although this girl has more anxiety than anyone I've ever put eyes on. Like she's like plotting all the time. She's like, I'm thinking, I am constantly thinking. It's like Grimes is like, thinking hurts. This one is like, I feel like if I put my hand on the door this way and he sees it, then he's going to think that I look good. And then I'll be able to trap him into the bathroom, and then I'll be able to seduce him, and then he'll put a baby in me. And then at that point, 4 months after I find out that I'm pregnant, I'll hit him with this. And then at that point, I will take him to court, and then he'll have to pay me. And if he doesn't work out that way, then I'll whatever. You're like, relax, girl. Jesus, so many thinkings. What? So yeah. So this girl, though, straight up targeted Elon. Okay. Like I don't even think that's up for debate. Right. So the backdrop on that was in 2020, she went on Twitter asking for Elon's contact information. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there is something so gross to me about watching a girl who is very intentionally playing off the sex drive of a man for nefarious intentions, right? Like a girl that in hindsight was intentionally trying to get a dude to get her pregnant so she can get money, right? Because there's no doubt that's what was happening here, in my mind at least, right? And so this little interaction they had right here is like you watch and you're like, oh my God, you know? I don't know what that is. Like if a guy is trying to do that to a girl, it's like, okay, the dude is just kind of a creep and can't help himself. But a girl that does it to a guy on purpose, you're like, ugh. You know what I mean? And I'll show you exactly. So Elon Musk cringeworthy X exchange with Ashley St. Clair unveils clue in baby making romance. Okay. The pair have had regular back and forth online since meeting in 2023. Okay. So check this out. Amateur sleuths have uncovered X-rated jokes cracked between Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Ashley St. Clair, which have prompted the right-wing influencer to out herself as the mother of his 13th. That's not why she did that. St. Clair announced last week, yada, yada. Okay, but look here. So, check this out. Okay, so this is what it is. She said, he posted, speaking personally, I obviously prefer the pull-in method. Okay, he's joking because he's like, he is actively trying to have as many kids as possible. He has been very open about that. And she goes, oh, go back to horny jail. Oh, man. And so if we're doing the math on that, she's probably banging him by then. You know, go to horny jail, bonk. She probably made that herself. you know? Like, honestly, like, she probably made that herself. Go to horny jail. Bonk. Buch. I don't know, man. The pair first met in May of 2023 when St. Clair visited the X headquarters with then employer Babylon B, who Musk had recently reinstated on the site. Several public interactions between the two followed soon after. After posting a picture of the first meeting, one user commented, "Be careful, Elon. Elon gets women pregnant with that gaze." The prophetic, yeah. She's like, "Oh, here we go. I'm going to get a baby in me." Weeks later, another similarly innuendo-laden interaction occurred when Musk wrote a public reply to St. Clair's post about getting her account suspended. "Your account was labeled a not safe for work by our dick pic bot on 6/26 because you posted media with nudity from pride parades," he posted to St. Clair. "Our dick pic bot, along with a dead skull emoji." Okay, well, that's actually funny, dude. You know, but also that's him like, "Hey, we're talking about dicks, right? Hey, girl, you know, I just want to make sure you know we are officially talking about sex together." Okay. There is no sly undercover sexual innuendo that I will not catch. Okay. Like, I realize that, I mean, they're acting like that was some big thing. It's like, that is him just being funny. But at the same time, he's like, "Hey, ha ha ha, dick pics. You like them? Mm-hmm. Maybe I could put a baby in you, Ashley St. Clair. All right, you think you could live on 12 grand a month for the rest of your life? Because that's what we can make that happen. Maybe 20, 25. I don't know. The only reason I'm even wondering what each baby pays out is just because Grimes is tripping out on social media. You know, I think Elon is a hero, for the record. I think Elon is a hero. What he's doing at Doge is amazing. But now let's look at Ashley St. Clair and let's just watch her talk, because this is who targeted Elon for a $1 million baby in the bonnet. And by the way, I realize this. Oh, whoa, no, it's more like $1 billion baby. Hey, trust me, he's never giving her $1 billion. I'm talking about what it's worth to her. You know, she's on that Elon allowance now, and that is exactly what she intended. Now watch this girl talk, because she is the exact opposite of Grimes. And I don't mean that as a compliment, by the way. I mean that as she's a schemer. Okay, like, this is a schemer.
Is this a trend among young women to celebrate not having a family?
It is. It's the Chelsea Handler culture of it all, where they just want to pursue pleasure and drinking all night, going to Beyonce concerts. It's this pursuit of self-pleasure in replace of fulfillment and having a family. And we see this often now. And this poor woman who was blasted online, especially by Matt Walsh and the likes of them, I do feel bad for her, because you heard her say, she said, "I don't have a family yet." And many of these women do want that. And I don't think she understood she was contributing to that Chelsea Handler culture that's very anti-natalist. They think that having a family is bad, having a kid is a burden. And like you said, it's contributing to a declining birth rate, and it will contribute to the fall of civilization in our country eventually.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No way, dude. This is a year ago? Like, wait, what's the exact date on this, dude? Hold on. What's the exact date? September 6th, 2023. So for the record, September 6th, 2023, she's like, this unmarried, unchilded woman is it's a declining civilization because we don't have families. You know, you need to get married. You need to have children. You want the nuclear family. It's like, so what are you doing next week? She's like, I'm going to have sex with a billionaire and try to get him to get me pregnant so I can raise the child by myself and extract money from him. You're all... Didn't she just go on Fox News and say something about like the nuclear family? She's like, I mean, I did, but let's be honest. Those are just words. Those are just things I said, you know? Let's finish this.
Why the propaganda to scare young women away from getting married and having children? Because you see it everywhere with the climate agenda. You see it almost in a corporate agenda to a certain extent.
Yes, it's a very anti-natalist agenda, anti-human agenda, in my opinion. We see it with everything. Be a boss, babe, don't have kids. Don't have kids. They're bad for the environment. Nothing worse than carbon-emitting babies. That, to me, is a very evil thing to say. And they say this consistently, and we do have a declining birth rate. We saw it with Rome. They had a declining birth rate right before the fall of Rome. It's happening here in America. It's happening in Japan. And this happens all the time in prosperous nations. And we need to reject this culture, or it's going to be very bad.
Okay, well, at least she's not contradicting herself there. But here, I just want to make a point that is extraordinarily childish, but I can't help myself because I'm a childish person. So I just want to say this, okay? There are certain women where you see them on camera and you're like, or I'm sorry, in photographs, right? And they look however they look. And then you see them in live motion and they look however they look. And then you see them in person and they look however they look. And some of them are kind of even right across the board. They are, you know, you're like, oh, I'm not this big of a pig, but I'm just saying, you're like, oh, she's a 9. Oh, she's a 9. Oh, she's a 9. And in some cases, you're like, in a still photograph, you're like, whoa, that girl's a smoke. Then she starts talking. You see her like on video and she's talking. You're like, oh my God, she's a 12. Or you're like, oh my God, she's like not even close to as hot as she looks in still photographs where she's not talking. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the greatest example I could give you of that is Kristen Cavallari. So I had obviously seen The Hills and all that stuff. Like, so I was like, oh yeah, she's obviously very pretty. Bro, in person, Kristen Cavallari is a knockout, like a stone knockout. Like she was already a smoke on television, but like in person, she's incredible looking. Candace Owens looks great in pictures. When she's talking, you're like, it's probably her brain where I'm like, God damn, man, that is one really, really intelligent, sexy lady right there. I'm cutting that shit out. I am definitely going to edit that part out, but it's true. Okay. My wife, though, for the record, is a 12. Still pictures, video, in person. And you can verify that for yourself if you go to the link in the description and watch Play with Matches, which is my podcast that I do with my wife. Now, what the point I'm making here is that this is Ashley St. Clair in her glamour. Okay. Like, bruh, she's looking cool as a fool in a pool in this picture, right? You're like, God damn. Look at you, Ashley St. Clair. You're looking good. And then it's like, let's listen to her talk a little bit. You know, let's hear.
What's shashuka?
I have no idea because I don't watch The Real House. Blasted online, especially by Matt Walsh and the likes of them. I do feel bad for her because you heard her say.
Yeesh. No offense, Ashley St. Clair. Or definitely not Elon. I love Elon. But my goodness. You know, that's, I wouldn't call it direct false advertising, but man, let's just say she cleans up nice for photos. You know what I mean? She cleans up nice for photos. She's also a hypocrite, but you know, that is what it is, man. Megyn Kelly roasted her, dude. If you want some good entertainment after this, go watch Megyn Kelly talk about her, dude. It's amazing. Anyway, that's what I got for today. I love you guys. Bye-bye.